Hey guys, it is Ryan Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. I am here at the Triple 300. Yes, you heard it. Think about it. Triple 300. Ooh, that sounds to me like a real pigeon race. Not one 300, not two 300s, but three 300 plus mile races for young birds here in beautiful, what's the town?
Santa Maria, California.
Santa Maria,
Yeah,
California.
yeah,
This is nice weather.
yes.
Robert, Carlos,
Hey guys.
you guys are the brainchilds of this great format race, real pigeon race.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we say?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
how did you guys come to be? How did you come up with the triple 300? Or actually, before the triple 300, how did you guys meet?
Well, I've probably known him for 15, 20 years as competitor. He used to live, just south of here, and we always competed in the same combine, and we always were competitive and met at different functions and
So you
stuff.
guys raced against each other
Against each
in
other.
the combine. Now your combine was how large?
Uh, well, we had about 30 members, 32 members at that
In the
time,
combine, yeah.
and 100 miles from north to south on the distance. But in 2018, I believe Carlos, I think that's when he moved to this piece of property, and so I owned the trailer and I did the hauling for the combine, and I I had relocated, so I had nowhere to put the trailer. So basically, we just Santa Maria Club. He offered to make this the home of the Santa Maria Club, so we all come out here and meet.
So this is
And,
the San Maria Club. This is where you guys ship the
Yeah.
pigeons.
yep,
This is the clubhouse.
This is the
yep,
clubhouse.
Okay.
clubhouse.
And you guys have
And
been flying against each other for how many years? 30 years? 20
when
years?
did you move to San Diego?
Yeah, like 20 years.
20 years.
30 years, yeah.
20 years, eh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you've known each other quite a long time. And I'm sure you guys have had your pigeon fights amongst each other.
Not really.
No? Okay.
Let the birds compete. Friendship is friendship.
Friendship.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I don't fight with the other competitors. I try to make my birds do what makes me feel good, and if I make them healthy and up, they return the favor to me themselves. So I don't worry about what the other guy's doing.
Okay.
I
So
worry about my stuff that I can control.
now in your club and combine, you guys are good flyers in the top level. What would you say in your combine?
Pretty high,
Pretty high.
pretty high.
That's okay. And yourself?
Depends on how much effort I put into it.
Okay.
I can be high, I can be in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, you say it right. How much effort you put in. You
Yeah.
get what you put in. Would
Yeah.
not have been something if that would have been a hog.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And growing up, Robert, how did you get into pigeons?
When I was 13 years old, I had a neighbor who lived a couple blocks away that he still has pigeons. But I used to go over there, just stand there in his backyard, and stare at the birds. He always makes fun of me because I never spoke. He said, I don't think you spoke the first 2 years I knew you. But now,
Now you're
You're on TV camera.
yeah.
now look now
but,
you're on camera again.
So
Yeah.
he gave me, my dad okayed it, built me a little loft in the backyard. Said as long as it wasn't higher than the fence, he didn't want any neighbors to see, and so I got a few birds and um,
Now you're
joined
hooked.
the club and
Didn't you
paid
win
five
your first year?
paid $5 for my first pigeon, and
Yeah.
then raced. And on the second combine race, I won the 200-mile race, and that's it. I've been hooked ever since.
So you enjoyed it as a young boy, and you kept them ever since.
Yep.
Carlos, you probably have a little bit of different story. How did you start in
That's
pigeons?
kind of the same. I was 6 years old, my birthday, and we went to a vet store. It was a pet store, and they had this bristle cock. They had a band on it. I've never seen anything like it.
Uh-huh.
And I nagged my grandfather and nagged until he got it for me.
Hmm.
Don't tell your mom, and we're gonna hide it. And
Yeah.
the next year, I had over 200 pigeons.
Yeah.
Never stopped since.
And where did you were you always here in California?
No. I flew in Mexico for like 20 years in Guadalajara.
So
In
you actually
Zapopan area.
flew in Guadalajara.
Yes.
What's it like flying there for people that don't know? They hear it's the next big pigeon mecca. What do you think?
It's tough. there's really good competition and big numbers.
Okay.
You any given race can have up to 50,000 pigeons on it,
Uh huh.
and you have over 15 or 16 clubs in one city. So there's a lot of membership, there's a lot of competition, and people have the the virus of the pigeon flying really into them.
Do you find it's being here in America? Do you find in Guadalajara it's different type of pigeon man than here in America?
It was different. Mexico is more social, so
Okay.
there's more get-togethers. There's more like check my birds, I'll come and see my loft, or there's that camaraderie. And the States doesn't have it because they're all apart. You need to travel a good distance to do that,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things I miss of Mexico. But the competition is also very fierce in the States.
Yeah. Is there in Mexico? Is there the I say is there the same type of jealousy as there is here in America? I find there's a lot of
Yeah, there is rivalry between lofts, but some most of the times it's a healthy rivalry. It just makes you get better.
yeah. So after the races, you guys can sit down together and have a drink, have some food, and it's
Yeah.
not that guy I want to kill him. You know what I
No,
mean?
no, no, not at all. It's just like what do you do, and no one tell you what they did. It's just you trying to get better every week, every week, every week.
So
But yeah.
so you grew up in Guadalajara,
Mhm.
then you come over
Mhm.
to the United States. You
Yep.
you picked a nice spot, eh?
It's beautiful here. Yeah.
And you have no pigeons or you bring pigeons?
I had no pigeons. I was about 9 months without pigeons, and I realized I was really sad because I didn't have my birds.
Mhm.
So after that, I started to look up local clubs and started to get a couple pairs here just to. Birds give me peace. Birds is something that's been in my blood my whole life, and you miss them when you don't have them.
And guys, I will walk you through and I will show you this man absolutely loves birds. You love all birds.
Yeah,
I don't think it's just pigeons, which is real nice. I came here yesterday. We had a great dinner. I never heard birds still singing at 10 o'clock at night. They're still singing birds, all
hmm
different songbirds, everything. A real nice little setup you have here. Now we come down to why we're here, the triple 300.
Triple 300.
Okay, first question, Bob, do you play in one loft races?
A little bit. I have a very limited budget,
Okay,
so I think I've competed in 7 different ones over the last 8 9 years.
okay. And how do
Um,
you enjoy them?
well, I enjoyed it because the ones I started, I actually physically would drive the birds down to the guy's loft. I met those people and ended up becoming friends with them. And and my daughter lives in Caldwell, Idaho, so there's a race there. I go and I became friends with that loft manager, the owner there, and I enjoy that. Um, my brother and I we teamed up and we put $1,000 each into a pot and then we would
Play on that.
play on that, and we've been playing on that for 8 years now.
And you still got money in the
And
you're
I
still playing with that
still
2000.
still got
Yeah.
a yeah, still
Okay.
got a
So when
couple.
you win money, it goes back into the pot, and
Yep,
that's your play money.
yep. We just keep rolling on that, and someday I'm gonna hit a big one,
You
I
gotta
think.
hit the big ones.
But
Yeah.
it's been enough. You know, I've had a bird in the final race in every single race except one.
So you've got pigeons that can make it to the end and win you a little bit of money,
Yep,
keep you in the game.
keep me in the
hmm
game. And and when they go to the final, I feel like I have a chance. I have a chance of hitting the big one.
Well, hey, that's great. Carlos, yourself, what are you participating in one loft races?
Yes, I have. Yeah, several years, and that's part of why I decided to create the Triple 300 because part of the future of the sport is geared to one off races now. Well,
100%.
so
Well, especially in America, I think.
well in America it's getting huge. There's less and less clubs, and there's more and more one offs.
Okay.
So you have to find those birds that are specialized in those distances and the one offs you want to send. There's very little opportunity other than club flying to test your birds.
Okay.
So creating an environment where you could truly test your birds, so you could probably send them out to other wildlife and have some confidence was one of the motivations for this law.
Now, making a course though like this,
Mm-hmm,
it's it's an easy thing to say. Oh, we're going to do 300 miles. It
mm-hmm,
sounds easy, but the pigeons have to do it. And looking at your results, I will say this is a race that really tests the pigeons. The speeds are super fair.
mm-hmm,
They're all working, and the pigeons that can do this race course, this stretch of land,
mm-hmm.
and the 300s, uh, they're going to be super breeders for people if they can finish. Just if they can finish.
Right.
If they finish if they can do all three of those 300s, I would take pigeons from this loft and breed them and send them anywhere in the world
In the world,
Right.
because
exactly.
it's the same sort of course as the John Timmerman, the California Classic. You see the mountains, you see it, but 300s. Woo.
And the price is the most consistent bird because remember it's an eight race series.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the bird that is more consistent, the bird that's always there, is the one that's going to win.
And
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 that's
I'll
rare, yeah.
and I'll say that as well. A lot of races pay out. We're not going to knock it, but you can take a look at the Hoosier. The pay, the pay. I say it's a ridiculous amount of money for 2,100 meter, 300, not even 300-mile racing,
Mhm.
and there's a whole bunch of prize money. It's one and done. The pigeons that are the aces, they get a measly $10,000, or they don't get the recognition. You're basing all your payouts on average speed. Is this correct?
Not all of them, but the majority of it.
The good
The
prizes.
good prices are average speed, and the bird that's more consistent, we believe they should have the higher price. It's more reward for more effort.
Okay, more reward for more effort. Now, when you've come up with this, were you a little intimidated to do the 300s, or were you not afraid?
Not at all.
I was not afraid.
No.
I mean, I'm confident in my abilities to train a bird and rest them and recover them and prep them for races. And I love long races, so
And
I've been
it's
flying four old birds, 400, 500, 600 miles, and won a lot of those. So I,
You have the
I
confidence.
have the confidence that I can prep the birds to make it happen.
and the results will show.
And
The
Yeah.
result shows because I mean, Robert is a master in training birds. He gives them what they need, and the birds always go to the race with the full potential of coming back. They're not tired, they're not sick, they're not over medicated. The bird goes to 100% to express its potential when they're on return. He knows how to do that, and every single race you can see, result wise,
He's there.
he's there.
So this is your property. You come up with the idea.
Hmm.
What makes you ask Robert?
He's my partner in this because he has a lot of knowledge.
well,
Okay.
He has a lot of knowledge.
we we're having a club race, and after the club race we go over into the little bar area and we have a cocktail or two,
Not the cocktails. No, they're great. Tequila.
yeah, and it's like your membership is kind of going down, and it's getting so expensive to do the transportation, and it's like how can we save club racing, and we were just talking and like how about let's just do a one loft, and we could help subsidize club racing. I can haul the one loft birds, let them out an hour before the rate club birds, and I go. The one thing I don't like is these one hit wonder races where you only see a bird hit on one final race and never clock. So I said we need to do average speed where and do three times. A bird that can do it three times, I'll keep as my breeder for sure. And we was like, yep. It wasn't a week later. This there was a fence here, a lot. We under
Carlos took the
construction.
lead and built.
Just yeah, in a month time.
You talked about it. You've done it. Now you've been running it now 2 years. Average. How many birds did you get your first year?
140, I believe.
Okay.
And
And
we got 240 last year.
240. And how do you find it going? How do you find the people that send you the birds? How are you finding the birds being able to take the 300s? Is it working, or do people complain? What's your feel on it? Because I really think that this loft should be at 500-600 pigeons, easy. This is a real nice setup. and I can tell on paper you guys do the work. Just by this, there's no bullshit speeds.
No.
And I've had enough cocktails with you guys. I know you're pigeon men, and you're really proud of what you're putting out here. How are you finding it with the birds coming from all around?
Um, we get some really good group of birds, and at the end of the day, well, we have 15 on the drop from the third 300,
Yeah.
the first year, and overall average speed for the group for the top five was only less than 10 minutes for the top five birds, and for the top first second was 16 seconds separated first and second. Last year, I didn't think that could be topped. 4 seconds separated first and second place birds. Doing it 3 times, 977 total miles. This year, we've added a couple miles to each location. We're going to do 1,000 miles. It'll be 3 races, over 300, totaling 1,000 miles.
And
yeah, it's not sacrificing the bird. It's not asking them too much.
okay,
We provide them with the tools necessary to do it, and they go ahead and they do it. We don't have like massive losses or a bird here and then an hour later a bird there. They're all on the same little system and they all sound the same. Within 2 hours we have most of the lots together from the last 300.
so the
Yeah.
bird and the course, is it a super difficult course, or how would you call it? Like, for guys wondering, is it going to be mostly crosswinds, headwinds, tailwinds, shoulder winds, or is it just a little bit of mix of everything? What would you call it?
Well, it's a little bit of mix of everything, but um, not not too much tailwind. I mean, as you see, our speed, average 1,300
Yeah.
for 8 race series, 2 years in a row, and the last 75 Youngbird races. That's what our club average is, 1,300.
Yeah.
And
So,
and I just want to say, for people that are just quickly watching this, if you ever notice in any of the One Loft races in the finals, the 300 milers, if they ever hit between 1,200 and 1,350, normally 50% of those birds never come home. This is a great race for testing to send to the other races, because this race
Absolutely.
you're going to keep them at 13. If you send the Florida Pigeon Derby and they hit a day at 13, and you've been playing here at the Triple 300 for the last 2 or 3 years, you're sending the same birds off of that. You should have birds that day.
Yep.
And I will
did.
say, you fly this course, you play.
Yep.
Did you have birds in the Florida Pigeon Derby?
Yes, I did, and it was in the money.
There you go. So
Mhm.
it's the same thing again as John said, John Timmerman. On this course, with the same sort of speed, you really find the pigeons that can go anywhere in the
Right.
United States, and I think in the world. It's a true, honest course. And eight races.
Yeah.
That's quite a go. So in these 8 races, before the 8 races, what is your training program before race number 1? So when's your first race?
It'll be the last weekend in August.
Okay, last weekend in August. So how many weeks prior do you start training?
About a month, 5 weeks probably prior. So,
Okay, and you train every day, every other day?
we'll train a couple days in a row, a day off. I put value in loft fly and stretching the wings, and then a couple more days, day off, loft fly.
So you might train them 2-3 days, day off, 2-3 days, day off.
Yeah.
Up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
And what do you start them at? A couple miles?
3 miles.
3 miles?
We're pretty limited on where you can actually go and turn off and find a spot to do the release.
Right.
So 3 miles, and then they go 10 miles.
Okay.
So, but what I do, and because this loft very efficient on loading, I'll loft fly the birds before.
So you like to take the piss and vinegar out of them prior?
Yep.
So before every training toss, you'll loft fly them.
Every training toss leading up to 15 miles,
Okay.
they'll loft fly, because the weather doesn't get extreme hot, so I can train them at noon, 1 o'clock. So I
Okay.
can loft fly them early in the morning, load them up, take them up the road, sit there for 30, 40 minutes.
Do you let
They
them go?
get water every toss. So to me, training them to drink water in the trailer, vitally important to success on long races.
And guys, when we get into the loft tour, you will see how Robert loads them. Again, they built this loft. It's very, very nice. When you go in the loft, I find it has a nice feel to it. And this loft can easily hold 500-600 pigeons, no problem. It's got that right feel. The air is great. So you will train the pigeons, loft fly them, take them for a training toss. You let them have water in the baskets. Do you let them out in small groups from training, or are they always all together?
Um, always, I've done it all together.
All
All
together.
together. You know, I feel like, well, because of the numbers, we do it all together the first couple. If we start getting these 500, 600, 700 numbers, then we'll probably do it once when we get past about the 25-mile station.
Yeah.
I'll probably do them separate them in baskets, just because there's a big row of power lines.
Yeah, make the group a bit smaller so they go
Make the
through them.
group so that one set of power lines until they get educated, and then
Okay.
so a couple tosses like that, and then but the majority will be group toss
And
together.
and this is
What's
totally
good for one is good for all. They should be fair.
and this is totally running alongside with your combine. So the one loft birds are always on the same truck as the combine pigeons.
Yes.
So you're making it helping the club and the combine,
Yep.
and you're doing this. So it's just everything's the same. So guys, this is a course that you guys have been flying for how many years?
Well, well, we've been doing it for
On the
no,
same
long-
line?
Yes, we've been flying these stations for
20 years.
20 plus years.
Yeah.
The thing is, we never did 300s in a younger season. We would do a six race younger season. You know, 100, 140, 180, 200, and a 300, and that was our younger season. Well, now you know things are evolving into one loft races, and you know 325 is typically the final distance. So we said, hey, let's just do this idea and have three of those, you know, and so we'll race weekly, you know, every 7 days for you know one loft and club, and then which includes the first 300-mile race, and then we'll get a couple extra days rest,
Yeah.
you know, and then they'll go to the next 300, and then they'll get 3 or 4 extra days off before that final one, because
So you were, I think we were saying last night around 20 to 23 days for those 3 races. So the birds get just enough. Basically, it's like flying a set of national young bird races in Belgium, where they race a week, they wait a week, race a week, wait a week, and they put them together in that sort of order. That's sort of what I'm getting here. And building up to that, you guys are flying them every 7 days.
Every 7 days.
Okay, so they get into a real good rhythm. Condition, they can come back, they have enough time, rest, relax, reload.
Yep.
And during the week, in between the races, are you road training or loft flying?
Loft fly, I road trade one time.
One time.
One day, just to make them think.
Okay.
Because if they're not in shape by the time they flew 5, 6 weeks already, they're not going to be.
That's right. So you're using the rest.
I'm just the rest. And
the rest is important.
Just a 35-mile toss, and just to keep their mind straight, coming out of the trailer and drinking water.
Okay. So basically, that was your thoughts. You put it all together. Now we're trying to get more participants. That's the hard part. A lot of races in the U.S. People may be a little scared of the 300s, but guys, I'm going to tell you, you got 2 loft managers here. They've flown the course for 20 years. They know what they're doing. This isn't something you dreamt up and it's never been done. You guys have been playing on this course, and you've already been doing this, and you're getting on the final 300 multiple birds on a drop. So your conditioning is right. Guys, I've looked at it. I'll tell you, bang for your buck. This is a great race. Now, for people wanting to know, how much does it cost to enter? How do I put a team in?
Well, per trees are vary in price based on the number you want to send. So you know, 2 birds, 1 bird is 150 per bird.
150 perch fee.
Per tree.
Okay, so I send that with the pigeon.
Yes, that comes with the pigeon. If you send like 6 birds, it's $100 a piece. 12 birds, it's $83 a piece.
Okay, so you send a 12-bird team, you're only paying $83 a pigeon.
Yeah.
That's quite a savings.
Yeah.
Okay, and guys, think about what you're getting right there. You're getting full-time loft manager because you're here this is your job.
Yeah.
You're the man. So full-time loft manager, you're getting 8 races.
Yes.
What's the activation?
So when we train them, we'll train them out, about 75, 70 miles or so.
Mhm.
Then we'll do a 97-mile activation race.
Okay.
That is on the Highway 101 line of flight. That's basically as far as we can go up Highway 101.
Right?
Once they return from that activation, it's $100.
That's it.
And that, we'll take a portion of that money is going to go towards the short training series
Okay.
for an average speed.
All right.
And then um, if your bird makes it to the first 314-mile race,
Okay.
then it's $200 more.
Okay.
So
So
difference
basically, to
is,
do the sprint racing, it's $100.
yeah,
And if your bird after the what is it 5
it's on the sixth race,
on the 6th race,
the first 300, you pay 200 more for the.
guys, if you're not getting your bang for your buck, I mean, I hate to say this, but all the money should come to the casino right up front. But hey, you're giving the guys
Well,
a real opportunity to see what where their birds are going to fail.
Only if the bird gets there, it pays activation.
Okay, so the first 300 you pay 200.
Yep.
And then what else?
that's it.
That's it.
That's it. But we do have, gold, silver, and bronze, pool.
Yeah.
If people want to, do that, they want to do their weekly
Yeah.
gambling, whatever, we'll accommodate that.
But basically, so
but-
basically, one pigeon. If you were to send a team of 12, it's what would it be? It would be
$383.
$383,
For
and you're getting. I mean, at the end, you got 1,000 miles in the 300s,
1,000 miles and
and what building up to that? Probably another.
800.
So you get 1,800 miles.
That's line.
Guys, do the math. Do the math. It's you can't get. Can you do for three? Just think about this yourself. Can you train your pigeon 1,800 miles for $383? You can't.
Not at
You
all.
can't give it. So you're
Never.
basically.
You can
you're-
drive to one tank again.
That's
One
right.
trip will be $380.
And at the end, you get to win some prize money. And I think the most important, this is a great. Right now, this is a great race to get yourself practice to go to other bigger races. You get birds to come back to breed and go to maybe bigger races. And this race should get bigger.
We have 2 individuals in our club that race this course, and both of them had birds on the first drop at the Hoosier.
Yep.
And one of them had the bird, last year that won average speed in Texas Longhorn race. So the birds that are proven on this course can work.
Tend to do well anyway.
They do well the other places. So
And I believe this is true, though. It's the guys that are playing the piano. You guys are the loft managers. You're putting the work in. And if you do it honestly and fairly, that's when people get good luck when they take the birds back. I can see it in this race. It's an up and coming race, guys. I think it's a really good race for your money. You're not going to go wrong for your weather. Hey, if you want to come down and look at a race,
Always welcome.
the bartender, this man makes a mean tequila and Coke. I'm not going to lie.
The bar's always open.
The bar's always open. We are going to get into the loft tour here shortly. I just wanted to say thanks again for giving a little bit of your background, and I think it's great that you've combined it with the club to help the expense, and you're continuing to promote the sport.
I mean, I absolutely love club racing and wanted to try to somehow save it. And on top of that, this year, we've actually been approved by state of California to have a category for California state race birds.
So what does that mean?
Any member of the California State Racing Pigeon Organization can send 2 birds, and the entry fees are the same, but their birds can compete in the California State Race, the 300, or both if they want to pay the dual fee. But they're going to do exactly the same as the 300 birds, so it's fair. So if they want to add them in, they've accomplished the same thing and had the same risk and fees.
And one other question: you guys are accepting birds till when?
May 4th.
May the 4th.
May the 4th.
That's your cutoff. No later.
No later.
Okay.
We need time for them to. We cut and cut and pull 9 and 10. You gotta have time for them to regrow, in prior to the strenuous road training and stuff. So we got a timeline, and the other timeline we need to meet is Halloween. Right after Halloween, typically it rains here, and it rains on this course over in the Central Valley where the releases are. Um, and when that happens, you get this ground tule fog because the ground it's hot over there, usually a lot hotter than here. So after a rain, the first week you get this fog that you can't see through.
So you're working on.
So
You want to have this race all done before Halloween.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. And
And I have noticed on your website the races all conjived both years. Everything was the same, pretty much.
Yep.
I mean, a day here or there, but
yeah, we had to move because of fire, that was in the area. So we, moved a day. And in the first year, there was some extreme heat, 108 degrees over in the valley. So we postponed for 2 days, and then had a really good race.
Yeah.
2 days later, we just
for anybody that wants to send, hopefully we're in that situation, but we're not taking either more than 900 birds.
900.
No, we're not taking 901.
Okay.
overcrowding.
You're
is a
gonna
problem.
cap it at 900. Which
Yeah.
hey, I hope this year you guys are at 400 or 500. I think moving up, it's great, and I think people should try it. One more question: hens or cocks? What seems to do the triple 300 the best? The hens or the cocks?
Well, the hens have won the average speed 2 years in a row.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
The
think
cocks,
hens?
the cocks actually have been the first ones in the traps on the final races.
But the hens have been
But
the
the
best
hens have
average.
been the average.
Okay, guys. Hey, there you hear it. I mean, questions that you want to know, send hens and cocks. That's up to you. But 2 years in a row, average speed pigeons, the ace pigeons have been hens. Small type pigeons,
Medium to small. Yes.
Medium small.
good muscles, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see in some of the photos there. Hey guys, I want to thank you for having me. If you guys are interested, they're still accepting birds. Hey, if you watch this video and it's past their cutoff date, it's okay. They're going to be here next year. Take a look at the loft. Pick to put a team in. I'm telling you, you might miss it this year. It's okay. You guys aren't going anywhere.
No.
Not at all.
And you know what? This race is going to be great. Trust me. I give it my approval. Thanks for the time, and we're going to get into looking at that loft.
Okay.
All right.
Very good.
Hey, I'm Ryan, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. That's Carlos, Robert, triple 300. They know their business. Come and participate.
Yeah.